Moving up the card, we've got Joanderson Brito taking on Andre Fili. I feel like this is a step up in competition for Joanderson Brito, which is pretty strange considering he did lose his UFC debut only 3 months ago to Bill Algeo. Now he's taking on a guy in Andre Fili who was coming off a couple of weird fights. He got a no contest to Daniel Pineda for the accidental eye poke. He lost to Bryce Mitchell in a loss that is actually aging pretty well. And he does have a split decision win over Charles Jourdain and a win that's aging pretty well as well. He did beat Shaman Moraes, who's taking place. He's fighting on PFL as well. Lost to Sadiq Youssef, top 15 fighter. So the guys that Andre Fili's been fighting recently are pretty high level. And Joanderson Brito, on the other hand, he did beat Diego Lopez by the technical decision there. And he was fighting over at LFA and other regional promotions. But he came in to fight Bill Algeo, and he did not show very good fight IQ whatsoever. He had Bill Algeo semi-hurt on the feet at a couple of times. He never really decided to capitalize on it. He does fight at a shoot box, which is a pretty good Brazilian gym. But the guy that Andre Fili is very good, and I think he's going to be a big step up in competition over Bill Algeo. I'd pick Andre Fili to beat Bill Algeo 9 times out of 10. So I think I'm going to be picking Andre Fili to beat Joanderson Brito as well. Joanderson, man, like, he's still pretty young. He's still 27 years old. We could potentially see a Rafa Garcia situation where he loses a couple of fights in the UFC and then he bounces back. But I'm going to be picking Andre Fili to win this fight, man. I think that he's a pretty big favourite at the moment for a reason. Even if you look at him here, you get him at best value at minus 250. But on Betway in general, they're picking him at minus 272. And actually, it's worth noting, I didn't actually notice this until right now, money is coming in on the Joanderson Brito side. Very interesting that we're seeing so much money come in on Brito. So maybe someone in the comments knows, is Andre Fili injured? Has something happened? But I think that Andre Fili, in my opinion, is actually still a very good, sizable favourite here for a reason. I'm going to be picking him to win, like, either by like a first round KO or a decision. I think that Andre Fili is just not going to be I think that Andre Fili is just better than Joanderson Brito. That's the truth of it. I think he's just going to be a little bit better than Brito. On the feet, potentially in the wrestling department as well. We just fight out a team alpha male as well. I'm going to be picking Andre Fili to win this fight here. Potentially we even see a finish on the Fili side. Brito showed pretty bad fight IQ in this last fight, and it did disappoint me a little bit, so I'm definitely going to be going with Andre Fili in this one.